Déjà vu. You're walking down the street and suddenly you know exactly what's about to happen. A red car is going to drive past, a man in a blue hoodie will sneeze, and a bird will land on that streetlight. And then it all happens. You stop in your tracks. What was that? You've never been here before, never met these people. But somehow, you already knew. Déjà vu is that strange feeling that you've lived a moment before, even though it should be impossible. Some scientists say it's just your brain misfiling new experiences as old ones, like a glitch in your memory. But what if that's just an excuse? Some theories suggest déjà vu happens when two versions of you in different timelines experience the same moment at the same time. Others believe it's a slip in time, where your brain catches a preview of the future before it actually happens. If that's true, how many times have you already seen what's coming next? Mandela Effect. Do you remember the Monopoly man having a monocle? Well, he never did. What about Pikachu's black-tipped tail? That never existed either. And here's the big one. People swear that Nelson Mandela died in the 1980s, even though he actually passed away in 2013. This weird phenomenon, called the Mandela Effect, happens when huge groups of people remember something completely wrong. But how? One explanation is false memory, where your brain accidentally rewrites history based on suggestion. But another theory? Parallel universes colliding. Maybe at some point, we all shifted into a reality where things are slightly different. Different enough for us to notice, but not different enough for us to prove it. So, if we've already switched realities before, how many times has it happened? And what else has changed that we haven't realized yet? Doppelgängers. You're at a coffee shop, and you spot your best friend sitting at a table across the room. But wait, your friend just texted you. They're at home. You look back, and the person who looked exactly like them is gone. Doppelgangers are real-life lookalikes that appear in places they shouldn't be. But what makes them really weird is that sometimes they seem to be perfect copies. Same clothes, same movements, same expressions. Some people even claim to have seen themselves, not in a mirror, but standing across the street, watching. Historically, seeing your own doppelganger was a bad omen. Abraham Lincoln reportedly saw his own ghostly double days before his assassination. Some believe these eerie lookalikes could be glitches in reality, alternate versions of people, or even proof that we live in a simulation, one that accidentally renders the same character twice. So if someone ever tells you they saw you somewhere, but you weren't there, maybe you were somewhere else. Time slips. A man in Liverpool walks into a bookstore, and suddenly everything around him changes. The cars on the street look old, people's clothes are from the 1950s, and the shop he was about to enter isn't there anymore. He panics, turns around, and in an instant, everything is back to normal. This isn't just one story. Hundreds of people report experiencing time slips, moments where they seem to step into another era, only for everything to return to normal seconds later. One explanation? Hallucination, stress, or even mini seizures. But others believe time isn't fixed. What if reality is like a movie, and sometimes we accidentally rewind for a second? If that's true, then where does the past actually go? Objects disappearing and reappearing. You put your phone on the table, you know it's there. You turn around for 2 seconds, and it's gone. You search everywhere, even places where it shouldn't be. Nothing. You give up, sit down, and suddenly it's right back on the table. This is called the borrower phenomenon, as if something takes these objects for a brief moment before returning them. Some blame simple forgetfulness, but others say objects might be phasing in and out of reality. And the weirdest part? Some objects never return at all. If reality is made up of data, what if these objects are getting deleted and respawned? Or worse, what if sometimes they don't load back in? NPC Behavior. You're walking through a mall and you notice something odd. The same person walks past you, twice. Same outfit, same expression, same speed. 5 minutes later, you see them again. Or maybe you ask a store cashier how their day is going. They smile, say, "It's going great." You nod and turn away. 5 seconds later, you hear them say, "It's going great," again. Same tone, same words. This is called NPC behavior. NPC stands for non-player character, like in a video game, characters that just repeat the same lines and actions. Scientists say it's just pattern recognition, our brains noticing coincidences. But if people sometimes act like background characters, what does that say about the world we're in? If we're all just repeating scripts, then who's really playing the game? Impossible coincidences. A man once survived 2 atomic bomb explosions. First, in Hiroshima. Then, 3 days later, he was in Nagasaki when the second bomb hit. And somehow, he lived. Two twin brothers, living in different parts of the world, both died in identical motorcycle accidents, just 2 hours apart. Some coincidences are so insanely unlikely that they feel like they shouldn't be possible. Some say it's just probability. But what if the universe is copy-pasting the same events in different places? Maybe the world isn't as random as we think. Maybe it's scripted. Reality shifts. You visit a small diner with a friend. The next week you go back, but it's gone. Not just closed. The building doesn't even exist. You ask around and nobody remembers it ever being there. But you both do. This is called a reality shift, where something changes overnight, and only some people remember the before version. Some scientists call it false memory. But what if it's proof that reality itself is unstable? Some believe we're constantly shifting between parallel universes. Every small change, a different brand logo, a missing building, a memory that doesn't match up, might be a sign that you've already moved realities. So now the real question is, how many times has it already happened to you? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.